it hurts. And I'm too sexy for Milan, too sexy for Milan, New York and Japan.
Hey everybody, welcome back this week to another episode of Doing It with Stiles. And you know I've been promising you for a long time that I was going to have one of the most important people in the gaming industry in the show to interview. Well, you know I always keep my promise, and today I finally have that person. Rene, welcome to Doing It with Stiles.
Hi, John. Nice to see you.
So, what do you do, Rene? What is your job?
I am a cocktail waitress.
A cocktail waitress.
Yes.
Now, do you know why I gave you that build-up and said you are the most important person in the gaming industry?
Why?
Because you are the person that most people in a casino see most often. You can make or break their experience. The people who serve the drinks, who take care of the machines, the dealers, these are the people that really do run the casinos. So I've been trying to get you in here for what, 8 or 10 years now?
At least 10 years, at least.
And so thank you for coming in, and I want to talk about some of your experiences and the fun stuff and the not so fun stuff, in the hopes that people watching may have a little more respect for the people that they interact with when they're in the casinos.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
So speak up just a little bit.
Okay.
So
Sorry.
no, it's okay. That's good. So the first question I'm going to ask you, how long have you been doing this?
Altogether about 20 years.
No shit.
Yes. I started in Reno at the Silver Legacy, and I cocktailed there for almost 2 years.
Wow.
And then we came here, and I worked at Caesars and Circus on the Strip.
Wow.
Yeah, it was, and then I came to the Santa Fe.
Wow.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Cool.
Yeah, a long time.
21 years.
21 years.
That's amazing.
It is.
I wouldn't have believed that you're that old.
Thank you.
Well, you have to be at least 21.
At least.
Okay.
At
So
least.
anyway, we're not going to go any further there.
No age.
No. Because then I'll have to tell mine.
Oh my gosh, yes.
So,
there's one thing you don't ask women, their age.
that's right. But is that still true?
I don't know. Actually, you know,
I think we've come a long way since then.
I think we have to.
Okay,
and
cool.
I'm proud to tell people how old I am.
Okay, good. Yeah, I figured I made it this long.
Yeah.
You know, that's my gray hairs. I earned every one of them.
Every single one of them. Yeah, absolutely.
So how did you get into that? You know?
It was just my husband and I were dating at the time. We were, about to get married. And we decided to leave the Bay Area because the .com thing kind of crashed. And our friend was moving to Reno. And he's like, hey, you want to move up to Reno? We're like, well, why not? We got nothing else to do. We got to go find new jobs anyway. So let's go on an adventure. So we moved up to Reno, and our friend had a cousin that worked at one of the casinos as a dealer. I think it was the Fitzgerald's.
Okay.
And his girlfriend worked at the Legacy, and she said, you're pretty, come with me, and I think I can get you a job. And I was, terrified.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely terrified.
Had you ever done any kind of serving or?
I was a waitress once,
okay.
And that lasted about 2.5 days. It was terrifying.
It is. It's a tough business.
It is. You have to memorize the menu, and then at the same time that you're trying to get everything straight, you're trying to be personable and trying to make their experience a good experience.
Right.
And it was crazy. And I cried. I went in the bathroom and cried, and I called my husband and I said, "Oh my gosh, I'm terrified." He said, "Just try. I think you're going to be fantastic." So I went out there, made $1. First $1 I made, I was on the run. That was it. I was good. I was like, this is fun. I get to talk to people.
And they give me money.
And they give me money. But it was a whole experience. It was just.
Well, you're very personable. You're very likable, and you come across well.
Thanks.
I've seen you work, and that's why I can say that.
Yes.
Is there what's the thing that you love most about what you're doing? Or do you love what you're doing?
I do love what I'm doing.
Okay.
Because a long time ago I decided maybe I should change careers. And I had a real, I was thinking about it, but I decided that I like talking to people.
Yeah.
I like interacting with people. people are just, they're so eclectic. There's so many different people. So you get little bits of just cool stories and cool things from, it's just talking to people, I think would be my favorite thing about it. And, you know, I get to have a good time. Bartenders are fantastic. And sometimes you get to work with really cool other girls that, you know, and it just makes the whole experience just fun. And
you kind of become like family?
Yes. Yeah. Oh my gosh. If it wasn't a family, I wouldn't be there for 17, 18 years. Stations they're so good to me. And we are a family. It may be a dysfunctional family at times, but we're still a family.
Yeah, that's great.
You know, so it's really, it's the whole thing, the people and the people.
Okay, now the other side. What's the worst thing? What's the thing that you hate most?
What I hate? Oh my gosh, John. It's hard. It's a hard job. Because
you're on your feet all day.
I'm on my feet all day, and I'm trying so hard to make people happy.
Right.
And when they're losing, or when they're just had a really, can I swear?
Oh yeah.
When they've had a really shitty day, and all they want to do is just sit there and zone out, and you're trying to, like, you know, and they're not having it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, it's almost like, oh, okay, well, I'm sorry, but you know. Anyway, that's the worst part, is trying to make somebody happy that's just not having it.
Yeah.
And they're upset, and they're ready to tell everybody how upset they are.
Yeah.
You know, so that's the part I hate the most about it.
Cool.
Yeah.
So have you worked the same shift, the day shift, most of the time, or?
When I started on the Strip, I was graveyard. So I was, have you ever
Doesn't everybody start on graveyard?
You start on extra board.
Oh, okay.
So they get you to sign a bid, or not a bid, excuse me. You go in and they just say, okay, you're extra board, your number, I think when I was at
Right,
Caesars,
and they call you when
they call you when they need you to work. And at the time, the girls could call you personally and say, okay, I want today off. I'm gonna call the boss, they're gonna call you, and you cover the shift.
Yeah.
It's not like that anymore, because it's union and they have rules. And
we have a show here called Vegas Dice Kings.
Yeah.
And the three guys are crap dealers from back in the day.
Yeah.
I mean, like from the 50s, 60s, 70s, and on up. They're retired now. But, and I've been in this town a long time, off and on. I mean, I lived here when I was in the 5th grade.
Oh, wow.
And then moved back to California,
so
but then
really
came
seen
back.
It grow, yeah.
And it's a whole different town.
Yes, it is.
You know, I still love Vegas. I love the desert at night. I love, you know, we got great shows, got great restaurants. You know, there's always something to do. And I can go shopping at 3 o'clock in the morning if I want to.
Yeah.
I don't usually, but I can if I want to. You know, it's just,
yeah.
So yeah, it's changed a lot, and the guys say that same thing. You know, it's like the crap dealers or the pit bosses used to be able to comp people, you know, for dinners and shit like that.
Just walk them right into the restaurants. Yeah, absolutely.
Can't do that now.
Nope.
And it seems to me, as an outside observer, that they are trying to get away with the least amount of people that they can possibly have and still keep the doors open.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah. Do many people complain about that?
No, not to me.
Yeah.
Not really. I do know about one of the places on the Strip that has a cocktail button on the machine. So instead of the cocktail waitress coming around and doing their rounds, you can order a drink from the machine. I don't know how true that story is. I heard it from a friend of a friend of a friend that's a cocktail waitress.
Okay, I got to check that out. Hey, if anybody knows, you know how to get a hold of me. So.
Yeah, find out, because I mean, you can just go and press a button and the cocktail will come over, and I think that kind of takes away from the personal interaction.
You know, it's like, I like that personal interaction.
Absolutely.
And
that's what a lot of people go there for.
Yeah.
You know, some people do go there just to be alone and do their thing. But a lot of people want that, you know, that friendship. I have a lot of great guests who come and see me regularly that I consider close friends, and, you know, and it's just...
Well, now I'm going to have to stop going to casinos.
Oh, you can't. You got to keep going and then tell me what's going on.
Okay, yeah. I can be your spy.
You have to be my eyes, yes, for sure.
So, I mean, like I said, I've seen you work, and I think that you're very personable.
Thank you.
And people just kind of automatically like you.
Oh, thank you.
You know, the first time I met you or something, and you know, you took my drink order and you walked away, and the thought popped into my head, gee, what a nice person. You know, and I think that's why I was saying that you guys are the most important people in the gaming industry, because if you're making your guests, or whatever you call them, the suckers, or if you're making them feel good,
Yes.
you know, that goes a long way. And I think it keeps them playing, and it keeps them coming back.
Yes.
You know, and as you know, a waiter or waitress can make or break your meal.
Yes, absolutely.
You know,
They can. Yes,
and
they can.
and even if, I mean, I've had some really great waiters or waitresses, and the food sucked.
Yeah.
And it's
But
not
the
their
experience,
fault.
yes.
But you're the one that gets the brunt of it, you know?
Yeah.
So, okay, so tell me some stories now. What
Oh my
have
gosh.
you ever had anybody like give you a tip and then maybe come back later, you know, a couple hours later and say, hey, could I have some of
yes,
that?
Yes, I have.
Really?
Plenty of times. Yes, for a while there.
Wait, plenty of times?
Plenty of times. I've had people go, you know, I gave you a $5 a while ago, and can I get some change? And after it's been exchanged, because the casino security, they don't know if I'm betting for somebody else.
Yeah.
Once it's on my tray, it's, you know, unless you've asked me for a change,
Right.
of course, I can't give it back to you. And there's been a few times that people have come over and said, well, you know, I gave you a $5, can I please have some, you know, and I unfortunately, I feel so bad.
Yeah.
Because I'd like to.
Do you explain that to them?
I do.
Okay. Yeah.
Most of the time, unless they're coming up to me kind of aggressively.
Right.
And then I kind of back off and go,
Screw you.
yeah, hey man, I'm sorry. Security.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, most of the time they've been kind of, you know, docile about it, I guess.
Have you ever had to call security on somebody
that was angry?
or whatever, somebody that was harassing you or giving you a hard time, or
Let's
you know?
see, harassing me or giving me a hard time. I did have somebody who came in and she was just not happy to begin with, and she immediately wanted to see my manager. So she told my manager, excuse me, that I was nice to everybody else but her, and that she was upset that I wasn't nice to her. I don't believe I'd ever seen this woman. I was nice as I am
Right.
to anybody else.
Yeah.
I'm always very personable. Sweetheart, honey, you know, like, if you need anything, let me know, I'm here for you. And she took the very first, hi, how are you? Yes, here's your drink. Brought it to her in time, smiled, everything was great, but she was livid. She was very upset. Was I loud enough on that one? She was very upset. So she called my manager. My manager came over and said, okay, you got to be nice to everybody. And I said, I'm always nice to everybody, no problem. And that was it. I've gone above and beyond every time.
Yeah, that's obvious. I mean, yeah, I'm sure you do.
I don't like getting complaints. It makes me nervous.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Well, the fact that you've been doing it for 21 years
Yeah.
and haven't ended up out in the desert says a lot about.
I've been doing okay. I've been doing all right.
Doing something right.
I made good friends.
Yeah.
I made good friends. I know people in high places.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's a great job. It's a great job, and it's rewarding, and it does have its. I had a guy at the Strip when I worked on the Strip. He told me that I would make more money if I had bigger boobs. And that was one of my first Las Vegas Strip stories. And I remember being in complete shock, going, well, if you had a bigger dick, you'd probably get better girlfriends. But I didn't say that. I was a good girl. I just stood there shocked and said, okay, and I took my tray and I walked away.
Yeah.
You know, because I don't want to say anything to upset anybody, but Jesus,
Yeah,
don't say that to a woman, you know, or anybody.
And how about, you know, I mean, you guys walk around and you say cocktails, cocktails, cocktails.
Yep.
Do people ignore you?
Yes. Yep.
Just
They're
pretend
in
like
the
you're not
zone.
even there? Yeah.
It's a zone, and you're playing Keno and you're in it. And I understand that, so I don't bother some
Right.
of those people. The people who are just kind of chilling out, having a good time, those are the people, because I know that it's a different.
Well, I always say if I don't want to drink, I always say, no, but thanks for asking.
No, but thanks for asking.
Yeah.
You know, and I get that, but it's just, and then sometimes people order, and I bring the drink to them, and they don't see me. I'm not there.
Yeah.
So I say, thank you very much, and I walk away.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they'd
Well,
obviously not in it.
I mean, you guys really depend on those tips.
Yes, because the tip compliance now is ridiculous. It's through the roof.
The what?
Tip compliance. So there's,
Oh, tip compliance.
yes. Yeah, it's ridiculous because after COVID, they had to lower our tip compliance way low because.
Okay, so explain that to me. What is tip compliance?
So as a cocktail waitress, you could choose to either A, report your own tips, or sign tip compliance where they take a percentage of what they think you would make. So the smarter option, I thought, was to have them do that. So they raised the tip compliance really, really high. And so what we're making hourly, I've been there for a long time. I can't tell you what I make hourly because
No, that's fine. Like I said, my whole reason for asking you to come in was to help people and not screw anybody up or screw anybody over. So that's we don't want to do that.
Okay.
You know, I want people to understand what you guys go through and why you're there and how much you can make their experience better.
Okay.
You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So it's like, I don't care what you make.
Oh, okay.
You know, but I know it's not enough.
We have people that take very, very good care of us.
Yeah.
And they're very, very kind to us and kind to our families. And those people are the ones that really, really make a difference in our jobs.
I can imagine.
And it's completely different. On the Strip, it's different because they're tourists.
Yeah.
They come in, they're gone.
Where you work is basically
it's
locals.
It's a local place.
You know.
I see a lot of the same people every day.
Right.
I know what their kids are doing and where their family works and what they used to do for a living before they retired from the Dallas police force.
Right.
And it's a whole thing. It's a whole family. So that makes it just fantastic.
Cool.
Makes it work. So yeah. Am I doing okay?
You're doing great.
I'm quite nervous.
I'm gonna nervous. Why you don't come across
edit
nervous.
all these little things out that I'm just
No. I'm not. No. Nothing gets edited.
Okay.
This is what.
Oh, this is live.
What you see is what you get.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but yeah, no, and we're gonna take a short commercial break here. We got to pay some bills, so we're gonna take a short commercial break, and then we'll be back in a minute. So we're just getting started. So there's some interesting stuff coming up that she doesn't know. I got some questions over here. I'm really gonna.
Oh my gosh.
So anyway, thank you all, and we'll be right back.
Ever wonder why some other guy gets all the chicks? Ever wonder why some other guy is always the life of the party? Ever wonder why some other guy is having all the fun? Ever wish you could be that other guy? Well, now you can be with the Dan DePaola trombone method.
Hi, I'm Dan DePaola, and I've been to countless parties and events, and I know what brings good times and chicks. The trombone. With my method, your calendar will never be empty again.
You'll learn to play the songs that will keep you and your friends knee-deep in good times and broads. Songs like Sir Duke, I Feel Good, Knock 3 Times, Hot Stuff, Celebration, Pick Up the Pieces, The Hustle, and of course, Tequila. For a single payment of only $49.99, you get a trombone, the method book, and an accompanying music CD. But wait, if you order in the next 15 minutes, you'll get this official Dan DePaola autographed photo absolutely free. The Dan DePaola trombone method. Create music, make friends, set the mood.
See, I told you, that wasn't long. So we're back. We're back with Rene. Rene is a cocktail waitress, server, drink server, whatever you want to call them now.
Server.
Beverage server. Is that the new
server.
title?
Yes.
Beverage server. That
on the
sounds
contract.
so. It reminds me of Sheldon.
Sheldon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I offer you a cool beverage?
Cool beverage. I do say that too when I call orders. I say, cocktails, beverages. And people go, what did you say? I want to, that's what you're, it's like, what is it, cigarettes? With a little cigarette box.
Oh, God. And the problem is I'm old enough to remember those.
Yes.
You know?
Oh my gosh, my mom has pictures at home of Old Vegas.
Really?
My mom and dad went and they honeymooned here when they got married.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
And they went to some place, I think it was the old sands where the swimming pool was on the the ground level, but
Right.
they had the little peepholes
Right.
where you can see into the pool.
Yeah.
That's where they went on their honeymoon.
Oh, wow,
Yeah,
cool.
so they've been here for a long time and loved it, and then moved here.
Yeah.
And that's what. Made
Where were
us
they
come
from?
here. San Francisco Bay Area.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I miss my city.
I don't.
Oh, I love it.
I lived in San Jose for a while. I
Oh,
was
San Jose's hot.
Yeah, it sucks.
It's really hot.
Well, you know where the Pac Bell Stadium is?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, my office was right right next to that before it was built.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, they were just starting to build the Pac Bell Stadium when I was up there. I was doing a project building and stuff, and
My aunt and uncle used to have an apartment building over there before they tore it.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Before they built it up.
yeah.
And then they moved to Florida. They're in Sarasota, Florida now, so
Ah,
they're
okay.
doing okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, San Jose's hot, man. San Francisco, well, the city I'm from is Millbrae.
Right. Oh, yeah. I know it well.
You know San
Yeah.
Francisco Airport?
Yeah.
That's it, right there.
Yeah.
You blink, you miss it. You drive right through it.
Wow.
Going to San Francisco, so.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. The Bay Area is kind of nice. I do like some things about. I like going up there. I love
Yes.
going to San Francisco. I love going out, to the piers and
The restaurants?
Yeah.
Oh my
and,
God.
And there is, I think it's Pier 39.
Yeah.
There is a fudge store
Yeah.
back in there. That
I don't know the name of it. The fudgery or something?
Yeah,
San Francisco
but every
fudge.
time I went to San Francisco, every time I was up there, I always made sure I went there and carried back 10 pounds with me.
Oh,
or,
it's fantastic.
a
We
couple-
just took the kids back.
Oh, cool.
So they all got to experience all the really cool things.
Right. Was it their first trip there?
No, they've been
Oh,
there
okay.
since they were just babies. But
Gotcha.
this one they actually really were able to enjoy.
Right.
Like my daughter's really into anime and Japanese culture, so we
cool.
took them to Japantown, and I took my son to Haight-Ashbury, which was really important to me.
Yeah.
And he loved it. I mean, we went to Amoeba Music and had, it was just fantastic.
Cool.
So it's a lot dirtier than it used to be, though.
I know. Well, I'm from Hollywood,
Oh, okay.
and I went to Hollywood High School.
Oh my gosh,
and,
really?
And the last, I haven't been there in about 3 or 4 years now,
Yeah.
and it just broke my heart the last time I was there.
Yeah.
It was just,
So many crazy, important people came to that. You
Yeah.
came from high standards at
I know.
Hollywood High School, I'm telling you.
That's why I went.
Didn't River Phoenix go to Hollywood, and Slash went to Hollywood High School?
I went with, let's see, John Ritter,
Oh, how cool.
yeah, and Johnny Crawford
Johnny Crawford.
from the Rifleman.
That one I don't know.
Ask your dad or your mom.
I'll ask
Yeah.
my mom, yeah, for sure. She probably knows.
Yeah, and a couple of other. Oh, Meredith Baxter Burney.
Oh, yeah. Family Ties.
Yeah.
I love her.
And let's see, who else was there? Barbara Hershey.
Oh, that's cool.
And a couple other people I forgot.
Just random.
Well, hey, back then they
Jeez
hadn't done
Louise.
anything yet.
The most
but-
important person that came out of my high school was Suzanne Summers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, from Three's Company.
Yeah.
With John Ritter.
Yeah.
How, 6 degrees of
6
separation.
degrees of separation. Is
I'm
that
telling
cool or
you,
what?
It's weird. Yeah, she was in the 70s. And she dated I don't know who she dated. So.
Well, she used to be married to Alan. He was a big shot with Alpha Beta Markets.
I remember Alpha Beta Markets.
Pardon me?
I remember that.
Yeah.
Before it turned into Lucky's or something like
Yeah,
that, right?
and then something
Or
else, and then
Safeway or
something else, and
something,
then yeah.
That's,
So we're getting off the subject.
so sorry, yeah, that's California stuff. Okay.
Yeah, that's another show.
Absolutely.
So it's a weird environment, and I don't mean weird, but it's another world when you work in gaming.
Yeah.
It's there are a lot of things that you have to be careful about.
Yes.
Because you can make an honest mistake and get yourself in some serious deep poo-poo.
We're always being watched.
Yeah.
Always.
And does that freak you out at times,
Yes.
or does yeah?
Yes, like when I have to fix my shoe and I bend over, I'm like, sorry guys. It's like you're very aware of it.
Yeah.
But it's also reassuring that you know that there's somebody keeping an eye on you.
Right.
So it's kind of a little bit of both.
Well, a couple of months ago there was a shooting over there,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Were you there when
No,
it happened?
I was
No?
off that day. They let me go early.
Oh, wow.
So I was actually at Zia Music record store shopping, and my friend, who's a bartender over there, texted me and said, "Are you okay? Is everything okay?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, everything's cool. I'm in the record store.
Yeah.
Everything's all right." And she's like, "Oh my God, some shit went down, and we heard about the security guard, and thank God he's okay."
Yeah.
And I never thought it was going to happen at where I was working.
Yeah,
Ever in my life.
Yeah.
I think that was also what made us go, okay, maybe it's time to move and get out of Vegas.
Yeah.
you know, because it's getting a little too close to home now.
Yep.
So,
Well, and it's, I mean, it's scary as hell and it's sad as hell that it's like, okay, so it's been 2 days since the last shooting.
Yeah.
We probably got another one coming tomorrow.
yeah, I
And-
just keep the TV off. I don't even watch the news anymore.
Yeah, I have to.
Yeah.
I have to.
My mom does too, and
Yeah.
it's just, I tell her, I said, Mom, just watch something else. Let's
Yeah.
watch TCM or like,
Well,
the
I'll
stocks. Well, don't watch the stocks. That's
Yeah.
even worse.
God,
It's
no,
even
that's
worse.
worse.
Don't do that. But you know, it's sometimes you just got to turn it off.
Yeah.
And one of the girls still always tells me, she's like, how can you just not pay attention? It's like, I can't. I just can't.
Yeah.
You know, so.
I understand some people are built that way.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm
that
just-
they just have to.
I'm happy in my happy bubble.
Yeah.
I'm good. Everything's good.
Yeah.
So, you know,
So anyway,
Yeah.
so you have a family.
I do.
And you know, this is, I think that's, we forget that people in the service industry are human beings.
Yeah.
You know, it's, I always judge people by how they treat the wait staff or you know,
I as
people
well.
like that.
Absolutely.
I mean, I was dating a woman and we went out to dinner and she just, I mean, she treated that waitress like she was her personal slave.
Oh, that's too bad.
And it was like, there was no second date.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely. Yeah.
and it's too bad because she was hot.
Was she hot? That's too bad. But you got to be hot on the inside too.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah,
so
it's got to. I mean, yeah, it's. I try to be. I'm sorry. I try to be very nice to when we go to restaurants and bars, because it's.
Well, you
also-
understand, you
it's
know.
good karma too.
Yeah,
Because
but-
what you put out in the earth,
Big time.
the universe is going to come back to you.
Yeah.
So we tend to be a lot nicer to people, and in turn, they're super relieved and they're super nice to us.
Right.
So it's a good system we've got going on. It's, you know, so if you're nice to them, they're going to be 1,000% nicer to you.
99 times out of 100. You'll
Yeah.
find the one that isn't, but you can get past that,
Yeah. 'Cause
right?
They absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because they could have a bad day and go into work and just want a good experience, and try to give you a good experience,
Right.
and then you're nice to them, and
Sure.
it's just, it changes everything.
Right, and there are, and this goes for all of the service industry, and maybe it's just me, but I can tell when someone is just being nice because this is my job and I want a tip,
Oh yeah.
or they are genuinely nice people.
Yes.
You can tell the difference. I can. I
Yes.
don't. You can
oh,
too.
I can definitely tell.
Yeah.
You can see it in their eyes.
Yeah, that's it.
And their teeth, because
Yeah.
it's not a very, it's kind of a sneer. When people were wearing masks, you remember that?
Oh God, yes.
Oh my gosh, it was so hard to come across.
Yeah.
Because everybody, they weren't even, I mean, they couldn't get me.
Yeah.
And I'm such a, you know, a hands-on
Right, you're always
kinda-
smiling,
always
yeah,
smiling. So for them, they're like, "Are you okay?" And I would say,
Yeah.
"I'm good. Everything's great." You know, but it was so hard to read. It was very difficult.
Yeah.
You know, especially when we're talking to people and we're trying to laugh and you can't hear anything. That was the other thing.
Yeah.
Trying to get an order from
Well,
somebody.
I have hearing problem anyway.
Oh, I know. You told me to come around the other side
Yeah.
because you couldn't hear one side, so now I go and talk to you on the other side. But you know, you try to. It's really difficult to understand somebody with the masks.
Yeah.
I understand the importance of it, and I'm not saying anything against it.
Exactly.
But I'm saying that it's very difficult to hear somebody saying,
Yeah, exactly.
on the side,"
Yeah.
because you can't hear anything.
So when everything closed down for the pandemic,
it's crazy.
I mean that hurt you guys, didn't it?
Yes, it did, because there was a lot of us that just, a lot of the girls lost their jobs, because part-time and extra board, they just,
Yeah.
nothing. So the full-time, thank God, the full-time was able to stay on. Thank God, the bartenders.
I
all
mean,
the-
the casino took care of you guys, though, right?
They took care of us immensely.
Good.
They were fantastic. And so we had never experienced anything like that before. None of the casinos ever thought, never thought anything like that.
I went down the strip like a couple of days after everything shut down.
It was insane.
It was like something out of an apocalyptic movie.
Yeah, I went outside and we were sitting outside and it was so quiet. It
Yeah.
was eerie. And I just I went home and went to bed and fell asleep because I didn't know I'd been working nonstop for
Yeah.
at that point, like 15 years.
Yeah.
I didn't know what else to do. And Jonathan's like, "Come on, let's go downstairs." And we were playing games and we were together.
Right.
So it was okay, but all these people, a lot of people who don't have families that would go into the Santa Fe for their family,
Right.
were left
For socialization and
for
stuff.
social,
Yeah.
exactly,
Right.
and they didn't have. So I really felt for them. I really felt for
Yeah.
them. But Station took such good care of us.
But
They
that's good. That's good to know.
And as soon as they opened up, we had a meeting. We had our rebid because, of course, we were less girls.
Right.
And the bars still weren't open for, I think, 4 or 5 months after we opened up. So we had double our workload. So we had the people that sat at the bar, plus the people at the slots. So it was packed because people, of course, they wanted to get out.
Yeah.
They've been sitting at home with their.
Well, my ex sister-in-law
Yeah.
works in the gift shop over
Yeah,
there.
yeah, I
So,
saw her today.
Yeah. Oh, did you?
Yeah,
Okay.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
And the other sister-in-law plays bingo, right? They both
Yeah.
play bingo, don't they?
They both play bingo.
Yeah, I saw them the other day.
All
too.
three of them do. My
Yeah.
my ex and the two sisters
Yeah,
and
they have a good time.
yeah, and it's great that they all they live close and they can have fun together.
Absolutely.
And,
A lot of people, we have people that live across the street from the casino, and they just
Yeah.
come over and do their thing and enjoy
I'm,
their.
I'm less than 5 minutes from here.
Yeah.
I'm right over here on Jones between Lone Mountain and Craig.
If I leave my house at 8:50, I can get to work by 9.
Yeah, wow.
And it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Because it beats driving all the way down to the strip. Because during the heat and the summer, and my poor husband had to take his motorcycle all the way to school, and it's terrible. I would not wish that on anybody.
I've only been here a year.
Yeah.
And prior to this, my other studio was over on East Sahara between Maryland Parkway and Eastern. That drive sucked, and
It
I was
really
there
does.
for a little over 3 years.
I was so thankful when I got the job at Santa Fe
Yeah.
because I had originally applied for the job, and they gave me the job, and I had gotten a job at Caesars at the same time. So of course, being the new girl, saying I'm going to work on the strip.
Yeah.
I'm going to make so much more money, and I'm going to make it's going to be good working
Yeah.
on the strip. Well, I didn't know I was going to be like 24 on the extra board list, and beg for people to I would take graveyards, and it would just be really hard work to make anything. So I came back to the Santa Fe and met with our boss at the time, and she was phenomenal. She said, I knew you'd be back. And I said, okay, I'm back. She gave me the shift. I was on graveyard, and then I signed my full-time shift.
Great.
I was on extra board probably here for 8 months,
Yeah.
which is really, really difficult because a lot of girls wait for a long time to get a full-time
yeah.
shift. And you have to get 32 hours or above, and so yeah.
Yeah, 32 hours to get your benefits.
Yep, and I
Right.
worked 4 days a week, 8-hour shifts, and I couldn't take any time off because I needed to obtain
Right.
that. And I was pregnant with my first child at the time.
Oh, wow.
Working graveyards, that was fun.
Oh, man.
Yeah, my husband would have to wake me up to feed me because I would just sleep. I would go home at 10, go to bed, and he would get home from school because he was in nursing school at the time, wake me up, feed me, and I would go back to sleep. And then he'd wake me up again at 11, and I'd get up and get ready to go to work at 1. That's it. That's all I did.
That
Eat
sucks.
and sleep.
Yeah.
It was crazy. I give kudos to those girls that work pregnant.
And I many years ago, I worked downtown.
Yeah.
I was the building engineer for 4 casinos down there.
Fantastic.
Sassy Sally's, the Coin Castle, the Golden Goose.
Golden Goose I've heard of.
Yeah, and I forget what the other one was, but it had 4 of them, and I was the only guy.
Oh my
I was the
gosh.
only engineer for it. It was a maintenance man. That's what I was.
Yeah.
I was a maintenance man, but they
Yeah.
call us building engineers.
What year was this? If you don't mind me asking.
God, this was 80, 81, 82.
Ooh, that's fun. 81's where everything started to change.
Yeah,
Because we used to come here in the 80s for vacation
Yeah.
when I was little.
right.
And they'd stay
Well,
at the
this was
Tropicana.
back before we had the Canopy in Fremont Street and all
Yeah,
that shit.
yeah,
you
it was
know.
open.
Yeah.
We stayed at the Tropicana.
Oh, yeah.
And it was literally like run from the Tropicana to, I think it was like what was it down there? Not the Sands. But you would hop between MGM, I think was one of
Right.
them.
Well, the MGM is now Bally's.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Flamingo was on one corner, and God, so long ago. It was so pretty.
We had the Frontier and
Yeah.
anyway, all of those.
Sorry,
so,
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, working on the strip was fun too, but I like local.
Well, there's a different vibe out on the strip. I never go to
Absolutely.
the strip.
Yeah.
I mean, unless we're going to a show or something like
Oh
that.
yeah, if we go to the House of Blues for a concert or something, we'll
Yeah,
go down there.
yeah.
We went and saw Slayer. My son likes heavy metal.
Oh, by the way, I don't know if you realize this or not, but David Grohl was on MSNBC about 2 hours ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Like a new interview?
Yeah.
I have to watch it when I get home.
Yeah.
I've been following this since their drummer passed away. I've
I
been
know.
like, oh, it's been devastating.
Yeah.
And I'm so like looking
I
forward
knew
to
you were a
seeing-
big fan.
Oh, huge.
And
oh, if
when
you
I-
ever see this Dave Grohl.
When I saw it,
Yeah.
I thought, I got to make sure and tell Rene.
Oh,
'cause
that's
I-
fantastic. I'll
yeah.
watch it as soon as I
Yeah.
get home. I'll even make the kids
Yeah.
watch it too.
I think it was on Ari Melber's show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, he does fantastic. Have you
Yeah.
read his book?
No, I have not.
Oh my gosh, it's fantastic.
I don't have time.
I know.
I don't have time to do
I
any
know.
of this shit.
I'm halfway into it, and I've had it for like a year and a half now.
Oh,
But
okay.
every time I read it, I'm like, oh, I have to reread the section. And
Yeah, I
it's-
know. Got to catch up and figure out where
I
you
do.
were. Yeah.
I do. So when I meet him, I can actually speak of his book and be like,
Well,
that little puppy dog.
when
just-
are you leaving?
We are moving. My last day is the 23rd, and we are moving the 28th.
The 23rd?
23rd.
Oh,
is the
that's
last
just
day.
a couple days from
Yeah,
now.
I have
So, okay.
3 days. 2 days left.
All right. Well, are you planning on coming back?
Probably. Well, I'll come back to visit my friends, a couple of the girls.
Okay. Give me a heads up then, and I'll let
Absolutely.
you know when we've got him in the studio.
John,
No, I'm just
don't make
kidding.
me that promise, John.
I'm just kidding.
It'd be a lot of texting, John. Okay, so I'm coming back now.
Is he there yet?
Is he there yet?
Is he there
I'm
yet?
camped outside, like literally like Ticketmaster.
Yeah.
When you would have to sleep outside for the first.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be me.
Well, that's one of the things that I do love about what I do, because I have been lucky enough to get to interview some really cool people.
How fantastic.
I did, been almost a year now. I interviewed the only surgeon in Nevada that does, and I call it the sex change operation, but that's not what they call it.
Yeah.
It's reassignment.
Yes.
And he's a professor over at UNLV as well.
How interesting.
And a plastic surgeon.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize until after I was talking to him, well, it makes perfect sense. Yeah, plastic surgeon.
Yeah.
That's who would do stuff
Absolutely.
like that. Is Dr. John Brocious, good guy. He's got tats from here to here.
Really?
Well, actually from here to here.
Oh my goodness.
He's got hair down to here.
Really?
He's got a beard.
#1 plastic surgean in Las Vegas.
The only surgeon that
only.
does the sex change operation.
Fantastic.
And he was well, I had prior to him, I came across him because I interviewed a trans woman who hadn't gone through the change yet, and she was phenomenal. She said, "You can ask me anything."
Oh, fantastic.
And so, you know, we're people are afraid of people that are different because they don't know what to say, they don't know how to talk, and I think that that's the biggest problem.
Yeah.
It's not that they're against this or against that, or maybe they are, I don't know. And so she said, "You can ask me anything, we can talk about anything."
That's wonderful.
And so we did. It was a phenomenal interview,
bet it
and I
was.
learned a lot from
bet.
that. And so she said, "You know, hey, if you like, I can talk to my doctor and see if you want to interview him." I'm like, "Oh, hell yes!"
Absolutely.
So,
Sign me up.
so anyway, he came in. In fact, he's been in twice, and
awesome.
was just really great. And one of my first questions was, so when people walk into your office and they see all these tattoos and your hair and your
What
beard and all
amazing.
that stuff, I says, does that kind of freak him out? And he goes, "John, think about who my patients are.
Yeah. Oh.
They're different.
Yes, they are.
And when they come in and see me, they go, 'Oh my God, he's
Yes.
one of us,' you know,
I feel
kind of
welcome.
thing." So
Absolutely.
yeah, so that I thought, yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Feel
so,
comfortable.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
So anyway, so I get to do, you know, a bunch of fun stuff like
That
this.
is really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like it's either this or I'd be hanging out in the strip clubs and the bars and the casino all the time.
I
you
got
know?
some dollars if you need
Yeah.
some. I got plenty.
You got singles, yeah.
Every time I give somebody change, I'm like, if you're going to the strip club, you're in the right place. And they seem to like that
Yeah,
joke. You know,
that's
the one elderly lady didn't like that very much, but you know, she got.
So
over it.
is there anything that you, if you had a chance to talk to all the people out there, which you do right now,
Oh my goodness.
what would you tell them about interactions with wait staff and the servers, and what would you like to talk to those people? What would you like to tell those people? I mean, honestly, this is your opportunity to
my gosh.
help a lot of people.
Just remember that we're human and that, you know, we have feelings as well as you do, and just smile and be nice, and hopefully you'll get a nice experience back, and it'll be something that's memorable and not something you walk away being upset about. So,
Very good.
yeah.
How many times have you spilled drinks on people?
Oh my gosh. My first round as a cocktail waitress, I actually spilled a tray of drinks on my husband. Thank God, thank God it was him, because I had a whole tray of drinks and he come to visit me because he's as wonderful as he is, to calm me down and to, relax me. And I walked next to the machine and I was holding the tray and I leaned over to kiss him and there went everything. And I felt absolutely horrible. But he was like, oh, it's fine, it's no big deal. At least you got it over with.
Right.
And I tell all the girls that I train, listen, you're gonna drop a drink, don't cry about it. It's not worth crying about, because it's gonna happen. So, and that kind of relaxes them too, because a lot of the girls that we get training are absolutely terrified, like I was.
Right.
So I understand, I do training a little bit differently than other people do. I tell them, I try to explain the drink orders. Every bartender's different. So the drink orders are gonna be different. The order of them are going to be different. And I also tell them to just enjoy your job and smile and try to be as nice as you can and try to be as personable as you can, because that's how I am.
Yeah.
And also don't take it so seriously.
Yeah. Because I've seen people that it's just like, God, please be over.
Some days at the end of the day, it's a long day.
Is my shift never going to end?
Yeah, it's a long day,
Yeah.
8 hours, and especially if you're some people who have early breaks.
Right.
Like I used to go on break, still go on break at 10 o'clock in the morning. So when I get back at 11, I'm 11 to 5, and by 5 o'clock, I am just petered out.
Yeah. Well, you're on your feet, you're
Yep.
running back and forth.
Back and forth.
Carrying all that crap.
Yep.
Putting up with us.
Yep, and it's so fun though. Like sometimes I do come in, I'm not gonna lie to you, I do come in and I'm just like, oh my God, I need another cup of coffee, or else I'm just not gonna make it.
Yeah.
And I do have days like that, but I just try to make it fun.
Right.
So when I see you, I'm like, John, do you need 2 cups of coffee? Because I need 2 cups of coffee. So you just kind of try to make it a lighter situation.
That's cool, yeah.
Yeah.
So do you get free drinks?
Yes.
Oh, you do?
Yes. Not alcoholic beverages,
Oh.
because we can't drink those during the day.
You mean you can't drink them? You can't drink them while you're
we can-
working?
No, of course. No, we can't drink the alcoholic, but we can, Pepsi, water,
Right.
Perrier, coffee.
Yeah.
We live off the coffee.
Yeah, yeah, I can imagine.
And we drink a lot of the coffee. So yeah, they comp our drinks for us, which is fantastic.
cool.
And we have a employee dining room that takes care of us. And
Yeah, I heard that they've got a pretty nice dining room
it's
there.
wonderful.
Yeah?
It's wonderful, and they change like every day is different. So we have like a Chinese day and a Mexican food day, and so it's pretty cool. They take care of us. We have a relaxing room where there's massage chairs.
Oh, really?
Which is awesome. And it totally saves me sometimes because I just sit in that chair and zone
Wow.
out. So yeah, they really do take good care of their employees.
That's cool.
I wouldn't be there 17 years if they didn't take care
Yeah,
of
no
us.
shit.
You
Yeah.
know, and a lot of us, a lot of us
Yeah.
that have been there for a long time. So,
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, there's people that I've seen there that, like, I've always seen them there.
Yeah.
You know?
And there's a lot of, I was number 10 on seniority. I've been there a long time.
Okay, so there is a woman that I met there, one of the servers. She's about this tall. She's blonde.
Yeah.
Older woman now.
Okay.
You know who I'm talking about?
Cocktail waitress.
Yeah.
Is she Romanian?
I don't think so.
Blonde. Maybe. I don't know.
I haven't seen her in a while.
Oh, I
But
hope
I've
she's
been
still
there in a while.
I was going to say, I haven't seen you in a while
Yeah.
either. I don't know. Tell me, is she super friendly?
Yeah, she was. Yeah, she was very nice.
I probably know her if I
Yeah.
saw her.
Yeah.
but blonde,
Oh, you're from
gosh.
San Francisco. Do you know?
Yes, yes, I do. I probably do. Gosh, because we have, great, and we do have a lot more extra board girls that I'm not really. I know them, but I don't know their names.
So, here's a weird question.
Okay.
I
I like weird questions.
I know this stuff always pops into my head.
Yeah.
Are you aware of any trans beverage servers?
No,
Do you think we will ever see that?
I hope so.
I didn't ask you.
Oh, I don't. Maybe yes. I'm probably
You
sure.
think so?
Yeah. Why not?
I don't know. I'm just asking.
Yeah, if they're qualified for
Yeah.
it, absolutely. I think so. Yeah, they're just like everybody else.
Yeah, no. I know. I'm just.
Yeah, no,
I don't know why
yeah.
that popped into my head.
No,
Probably
it's
because
okay.
of Dr. John. But
Yeah. No, I think
yeah.
that would be great. I know that the Rio, they had male and female cocktail waitresses.
Right.
So
Wait, cocktail servers.
servers.
Right.
Excuse me. Yes.
Beverage servers.
Beverage servers. Yes. And they had both, you know, male and female. So
Yeah, no, that
in
that.
Reno they had a male waiter, cocktail waiter.
Okay.
And he was, yeah, the women would come and see him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a favorite.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So I mean, yeah, I think so. Did I answer the question right? I
What?
mean, like, did it come off okay? The answer? Did
Yeah.
it sound okay? I get worried about stuff like that. That I'm.
No,
not making
you
sense.
shouldn't. You shouldn't. I mean, when you watch this, you're going to go, "Wow, I was so good."
I hope so. I hope so.
And you know you're going to be famous now.
Am I?
Yeah.
So Dave Grohl. No.
I'll make sure he gets a copy.
Okay, please. Please.
And you should have. Okay, never mind.
Yep. Oh, I did. I did. I was trying to prepare for
Right.
the show, and my husband, and I was wearing a dress, and it was a very pretty dress with little flowers, and I'm uncomfortable wearing a dress, and so I was like, I'm just wearing jeans. And
That's
a t-shirt.
fine. And that's why I told you.
When I get dressed up for weddings, I'll wear a dress.
Right. Okay.
All
right.
So I feel like I'm comfortable with you.
Right.
So because we go way back.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah,
now,
it's weird.
Yeah.
So
I think I knew you before 2 of my 3 children, didn't I? Because
that's entirely possible.
yeah, Sophie's 16, Charlie's 14,
I got socks older than
and
that.
yeah, I know. I have shoes older than some of my children as
Yeah,
well.
I know.
But yeah, no, I think I've known you before kids. BC.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's weird. Yeah,
is.
that's probably right.
Stations have seen all 3 of my
I'll
children.
tell you what I miss, and that this is and this is meant as a compliment.
Yes.
When you had your hair cut and
Yes.
it was all on the one side.
Shaved side.
Yeah.
Full on punk rock.
I thought that looks so cool.
It was awesome. I
Yeah.
loved it. A lot of my friends were like, "Oh my God, are you going to grow it out?" I loved it so much. I thought it was really cool. And when I drove, the side of my hair didn't get all messed up.
Yeah.
Because it was shaved.
Yeah.
It totally worked.
Yeah.
I loved it. I loved it. And
You
it
gonna
was
do
a
it again?
conversation. Yeah, I was thinking about
yeah?
it. Yeah.
Cool.
My kids told me I shouldn't do it, but I was thinking about
Your
it.
kids told you
yeah,
shouldn't?
they shouldn't. They're like, "No, grow it out. It looks so pretty when it's long."
Well, it does,
So-
but it's just it makes you look like a completely different person.
Really?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
Kind of edgy.
Yeah, I feel like a rebel when I have it.
There you go.
So yeah, no,
Rock and roll.
rock and roll all the way, all the way. So yeah, I remember after I had cut it, because my hair was quite long at the time, and
Yeah.
I cut it like this and shaved it. Everybody's reaction was just like, "Oh my God, is she going through a nervous breakdown?" And I'm like, "No, everything's good, everything's fine. I just shaved the side. We're just going a little edgy." So
Yeah.
you got to throw a wrench in every once in a while.
Absolutely,
so
yeah,
he's paying
just kind
attention.
of change things up.
Yeah,
So
why not?
it's a good conversation starter too.
And that's another reason why I did it. I
Yeah.
was like, it's a conversation
Yeah.
piece. People will either say one way or the other,
So we're kind of getting down to the end of this.
Sorry.
No, that's fine.
I'm a rambler.
I just wanted to. Is there anything that you want to talk about before we close this up? And
I've met some really fantastic people at working at Santa Fe and Vegas, and I've met a lot of great guests, and I just want to thank everybody for being so fantastic to me and my family, and so thank you very much from the bottom of my heart for being such a big part of my life. So
that's cool. Very nice.
thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks,
and
John.
we're gonna miss you.
Oh, I'm gonna miss you
Yeah,
guys too, definitely.
but we'll send you shows. I'll go over
Please,
there. And,
I think that would be
and
fantastic.
spy on.
You're my eyes,
Yeah,
remember?
I'll go over there and spy on your friends.
That sounds good to
So-
me. Yes, please.
So anyway, hey, I want to thank you all for coming back and putting up with us again. And don't forget, this Saturday I will be over at Barnes & Noble's doing a book signing.
You wrote a book?
No, I just go over there, and if you buy a book, I got a table set up, and if you buy a book,
Yeah.
you come by and I'll sign it for you.
Okay. I'm going to pick up Dr. Seuss
There
and see
you
what
go.
we can do.
Yeah, I can do it.
Okay.
Green eggs and ham.
Absolutely. That's awesome.
So anyway, you know the deal. Thank you guys, and if you're going to do it with Stiles.
Stiles.
Nice work, John.